Join us at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino with the #1 gaming experience and entertainment. The Pahrump Nugget has the #1 dining experience at Stockman Steakhouse, Golden Harvest Cafe, and the Gold Miners Buffet. Come get your game on at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444.
Tonight on News 46, an update in the Bond Street structure fire.
Great Basin College has plans for expansion.
And the Civil Air Patrol wants you. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Rick Vale and Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening, it's Wednesday, June 12th, 2013. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46.
72-year-old Thelma Monzo died on May 29th as a result of a structure fire at her home on Bond Street, located on the south end of town. Fire Chief Scott Lewis gives us an update.
The state fire marshal has been investigating the cause of death for a woman who was found in the burnt rubble after a structure fire on Bond Street. We're going to speak to Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue Chief Scott Lewis.
Most current update is that the Deputy State Fire Marshal has been investigating along with Pahrump Valley Fire Rescue Resources. An additional Deputy State Fire Marshal had come down last week and arrived from Carson City, and it was a complete re-review of the property. And there's every indication that the fire will be listed as undetermined. However, there's a strong suspicion that it may have been related to the discarding or improper discarding of smoking materials.
The woman that was found there, was she found in a location like sleeping, or do you know, or what?
No, it wasn't that type of position. It was in a functional area of the structure. However, there's no indication that there was a sleep, and there may have been a delay in the alerting or the discovery, but we don't know if that was inside or whether she was outside and had moved to the inside. That's part of the ongoing sections or portions of the investigation.
Somebody said that they had just visited her right before the fire occurred. Have you been able to talk to them, and what's come of that?
Yeah, that has been part of the investigation. That's what lends us to this determination, or at least with the path that is taking for the determination.
She didn't call, right? It was somebody else that called in the structure fire?
It's my understanding that there was a third party who called the fire in, and the structure was set toward the rear of the property, and it had a lot of trees across the front. So the early stages of the fire may have not been detected until it became so well involved, and then it was obvious that there was a problem.
Any other people that lived in the home with her?
Not that I'm aware of.
And then her family, of course, has been notified. Are they local? Do you know?
I don't know the location of where they reside, but family members have been notified.
Well, the president of Great Basin College, Dr. Mark Curtis, spoke today at a Pahrump Valley Chamber of Commerce luncheon at Great Basin College's local campus located on Calvada Boulevard.
I got invited to speak at the Chamber luncheon. Of course, the Chamber is interested in business, and Great Basin College is very much involved in workforce development and supporting the needs of business. So what we're doing here in Pahrump Valley is of interest to the Chamber, and some of the plans that we have for expanding in this area and bringing more programming and offering more things is some of what I'll be talking about. Part of what I'm going to be interested in today is finding out what those needs are, what business seems to think they want us to bring, and we try to accommodate those needs. We also have some plans for expanding our physical presence in the valley, and there's a couple of things that we are looking at, the Mount Charleston Elementary School, moving into that as a possibility, and we also have some Bureau of Land Management land identified.
Is this going to be happening in the near future?
I don't know how soon it will happen. It's a complicated exchange. There was a grant that was given by the federal government to outfit this property with a lot of high-tech equipment, and as part of that grant, we agreed to stay here for a long period of time. So we're in the process of trying to get permission to be able to move the equipment that's here to that Mount Charleston Elementary School. Also, that's the first step. The second step is there's some legal issues relative to the transfer or basically the swapping of facilities. And our hope is within a year or two we can make that happen.
How many campuses do you have throughout Nevada?
Well, the main campus is in Elko. We have one that would be similar to this campus in Winnemucca, one in Ely. We have a smaller rented facility, which is 3 buildings in Battle Mountain. And then in 19 other locations around the state, we have either rented facilities or shared facilities, like in a high school or a library or a community building that we offer courses in. So 24 or 25 locations at any time we're offering courses.
If any businesses or people would like to contact you regarding any information that they could input, how can they contact you?
Well, my number in Elko is 775-753-2265. And that will get you into my executive assistant, who will either get you directly in contact with me, or I'll take a message and call you back as soon as I can.
And folks, stay tuned after the break, where we will find out about probiotics in your Humana Health Tip.
Why this doctor wants to fill your body with bacteria.
This is a whole new world of medicine.
Next on Prescription Health.
Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300.
Welcome back to News 46. Disease, illness, even death, they can all be caused by the spread of bad bacteria. But there are billions of other kinds that could do your body a lot of good. Andrew McIntosh has more on probiotics and tips on how to take them.
This health tip is brought to you by Humana.
Visit our local office in the Pahrump Valley Junction Shopping Center or call 775-727-0871.
You basically feel like you need to go to the bathroom 10, 15 times a day.
Adam Jonas has colitis.
So it's pretty nasty. It's not a comfortable thing to be dealing with.
To help with his gut problem, he takes a capsule full of bacteria every day.
It's new to hear doctors prescribing bacteria.
Integrative medicine physician Gregory Plotnikoff did just that for Adam.
I was really low in certain levels of good bacteria.
Called probiotics, they can be found in yogurt. The doctor says they help the body produce vitamins, pain-relieving substances, and can improve digestion.
They're friendly bacteria, beneficial bacteria.
But sleep problems, surgery, stress, even antibiotics hurt the balance of good bacteria in your belly.
40 million Americans suffer from chronic gut distress. Simply just taking probiotics can help a large number of people.
They're helpful for most, but critically ill patients with immune system problems should steer clear of probiotics. Also, the FDA doesn't regulate probiotics for over-the-counter use. If you take them, the doctor says make sure they have at least 20 billion colony-forming units, or CFUs, per capsule, and only wash them down with filtered or bottled water.
City water has chlorine in it to get rid of bacteria.
Heat can also kill probiotics, so avoid coffee, tea, or hot foods for at least 30 minutes before or after taking one.
I take mine when I go to bed at night.
So does Adam.
I would say I'm normal now.
I'm Andrew McIntosh reporting.
And probiotics are available over the counter, and the doctor says a 2-month supply runs about $40 to $50.
Well, think using hands-free technology to text, tweet, or respond to emails while driving is safer than talking on a cell phone? You're wrong. AAA says an in-depth scientific study from AAA finds that using voice-to-text electronic devices is a far greater distraction for drivers than talking on cell phones, even if they're hands-free. The study measured brain waves and reaction times of drivers, both in driving simulators and on real roads, in order to measure the comparable levels of distraction. The study found that talking to another passenger in the car or using a cell phone, whether using a hands-free device or holding the phone in your hand, all were a comparable level of distraction for drivers.
And folks, the local Civil Air Patrol is getting underway. They are looking for all ages to get involved in this important volunteer program.
Yeah, right now what we do is the Pahrump Squadron is part of our flight, the Henderson Composite Squadron. And eventually what we're doing is gaining enough members and enough ideas and understanding of Civil Air Patrol that they'll become their own squadron in October.
Okay. What is the Civil Air Patrol?
Civil Air Patrol is sort of is a congressionally funded search and rescue organization. We find 94% of all lost aircraft in continental U.S. What we do is we have a senior and a cadet program. Our three missions are emergency services, aerospace education, and cadet programs.
We're here at the Search and Rescue building. You guys are working with them, right?
Yes. When we first came up about a year ago, we were looking for places to meet, and this was really nicely centrally located. There's a strong connection between what the Southern Nye County Search and Rescue people do and what we do on ground also.
And so you're kind of getting the kids recruited right now, but you also are recruiting adults. Tell me about the difference between the cadet and senior program.
The senior program is anyone over 21. They still could do emergency services like ground team or administrative services or radio, but they can also fly. We have pilots at this point. We have some scanners and observers. All those are senior members or cadets who are over 18.
And then the under 18 cadet program.
The under 18 cadet program can do radio, they can do administrative assistant, they can do ground team, and they can do flight marshaling, which means they can bring the planes in and park them.
So you are also working with some pilots that are here at the Calvada Aero Park who already have their own planes as well.
Yeah. To fly a Civil Air Patrol aircraft, there's a lot of training that goes in within that. The Air Force doesn't kind of give you the keys to a 206 and say, bring it back at 5 o'clock. So what they're doing is they're going through their training, their hours to become CAP mission pilots. And we're working with them, and at this point, they're coming along really well.
Are you finding that the kids from high school, like associated with the ROTC program, might be interested in something like this? Or even kids who graduated who would like to continue this type of service?
Yeah, we have a really strong connection with the ROTC program. If you join Civil Air Patrol and you're an ROTC cadet for 2 years, you can promote faster. If you're just out of high school and you still want to become that, as you go through the CAP ranks, if you get to what we call a Mitchell, which is about halfway through the cadet program, you can go into the military services, any of them, Army, Navy, Marine, as an E3.
You have some visuals here that you've been showing on this DVD. Do they go through any type of training like what you're seeing on this?
Oh yeah, there's a tremendous amount of training. A lot of the training's online. It's a lot of like military training. You do a lot of online training. You take tests, classroom tests, and then you have to perform whatever you're trying to do twice in what we call a search and rescue exercise, or SAREX. Once you can do that, then you're qualified. The qualifications are not easy to come by. They do take effort and they do take work.
When's your meetings going to be held here?
We meet on the second Wednesday and the fourth Wednesday of each month.
Right here at the Search and Rescue building?
Right in Search and Rescue at 645. We'll on our website we'll try to put connections on who we can meet. I think Kevin Harper's our connection for out here. And what we do is we usually send out orders of the day on what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. We'd like people to come to at least a couple of meetings so they know if they're a good fit or not a good fit with Civil Air Patrol.
There you go. So for more information, what's the website address?
GoCivilAirPatrol.com.
There you go. And for more information, they can give Kevin Harper a call, or you?
Yeah, my number is 702-456-7233.
The new Goodwill store will be opening Friday morning on Loop Road. They are in process of moving into half of the old Floyd's Ace Hardware building. The other half of the large building is to be rented out to another unnamed business.
This is moving day. Today and tomorrow is moving day. We're moving into our brand new location, which is the old Ace Hardware store. We are super excited, and as you can see, there's a tremendous amount of space here. We're going to have almost double, actually more than double, the merchandise as we did at the prior location.
You closed down the other store yesterday.
That's correct. We closed down the store yesterday. In the next 2 days, we're going to be filling up this fabulous new space with a lot of great merchandise, and we open Friday at 9 a.m.
There you go. Not a grand opening, though, just yet?
Well, we're going to do kind of a soft opening. Obviously, this is a tremendous amount of space to fill, and we want to give people the opportunity